The sound of pavers hitting wet mortars echoed like music. Across the street, Cheryl stood frozen, mouth flapping, like a fish as the workers finished covering what used to be her favorite illegal parking spot. I leaned back on my porch, sipping coffee, watching her shock settle in. 6 months earlier, I'd bought a house in Pine Hollow Grove, quiet, pretty, HOA controlled. I didn't think much of it until I met Cheryl Wexler, the clipboard queen of the neighborhood. She handed me a laminated book of rules and smiled like I'd just entered her kingdom. 2 weeks in, I came home to find a car in my driveway, one of her guests. I left a polite note. She came to my door offended and explained her visitors had always parked there. I told her they couldn't anymore. She smiled condescendingly and told me to learn how to be a good neighbor. From that moment on, my driveway became her unofficial parking lot. I stayed calm, left reminders, even posted signs. They disappeared. Rope barrier. Cut overnight. When I raised it in a meeting, Cheryl gave a speech about unity and stared right at me. Then came the breaking point. One rainy Thursday, 3 cars were packed in my driveway, one blocking my garage. Cheryl was throwing another party. I honked until she came out. She yelled. I told her to call the cops. That night, I began digging into HOA rules, and I found gold. The HOA required off-street parking but not a driveway. My garage met the code. That concrete slab, she claimed, optional. I filed permits to convert my driveway into a private courtyard. When work began, Cheryl stormed over. I handed her the papers. She turned purple, ranted. I smiled and offered to call my lawyer. The crew finished in 3 days. Gate keypad and a sign, private courtyard, no entry. Her guests vanished. Her events dwindled. The next HOA election, a neighbor ran against her. I handed over camera footage, her telling people to park on my property, cutting my rope. She lost by a landslide. Then, the new board started fining her. Another neighbor filed a lawsuit. My footage helped win $5,000 in damages. The day she was served, Cheryl dropped her mug on the pavement. It shattered. She swept it quietly, and I smiled. Sometimes, revenge isn't loud. It's brick, mortar, and peace behind a locked gate.